calling your question and your name, and then I will be replying in the session only. So we will be starting our session. Let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes, then we will start. One thing more, because we are doing it in a home scenario, so there might be a fluctuation in the internet or in the power. And so I will try to resume as soon as possible. If there is any fluctuation in power, or there is any disconnection due to Wi-Fi issues, please rejoin if you find that you are being logged out before we end the webinar. Moving ahead, so just wait for a second. Yes. Yeah. So I would like to start with this slide. This slide is all about change. So in this slide, I want to clearly carve out how my webinar is going to be. So I will be speaking on how hospitality sales changed because of these situations in last 2 months, how we as a department, offline sales department, restructured ourselves. So I, being a part of a strategy team of offline sales, how we changed our way of working. And in the last part, I will be taking what are the tools. So what are the tools, what are the ways you should change to grow your career in current scenario. So what are the levers left, how we can grow it now. And basically I want to put a sales philosophy, or you can say I want to put like what we do right now, hunting, a sales based approach to your career growth prospects. So I want to take you beyond job portals and the conventional way of trying to grow your career to a more advanced way. So I will be sharing with you what's happening in the job, career world, what are the scenarios, what are the technologies being used, and how you can utilize those technologies. So before moving ahead, so the only message which I want to give over here is that the world, the way we are lives, our life is changing, and this message has been given by us. You can say from last 1,000 2,000 years, we have received this message again and again, that the world around us is changing, and we have to be evolving ourselves to to keep our pace with this change. So before moving forward, I would like to share with you a story. So this story is of an athlete, an Hungarian athlete, and it's way back to 1930s when World War II happened. So before moving ahead, I would like to share with you a video. I hope my screen is available. Hope my screen is visible to you all. So the message which I want to give through this video was, there was an athlete named Karoli in 1930s in Hungarian army, and he was the finest shooter at that time, and he was ready to go for Olympics of 19 you can say 40s, but when 1938 accident happened and his right hand he had a grenade blast during the military training, and he was not how he can participate now in games because his hand was injured, so he was no more left with his hand, but he tried hard and he again prepared with his left hand. The man at that time was called the man with the only hand, and in again he came back for the, he prepared himself for the Olympics, he qualified, and to his surprise, again World War II happened, and the 1942, you can say two following 1940, 1944, two Olympics got cancelled because of World War II. Now you see that he again participated in 1948 Olympics. Now not only he was fighting with one hand, he was fighting against the age. So reflexes matters most, and even at that age, he won the gold medal in this championship of shooting. And if you search him in Google, you will find that he is the only man, you can say, who won the two gold medals. So in the again in the next Olympics, he won the again gold medal. So not only one, he has a two records in his name. One winning a gold medal with a single hand, and second two gold medals in a row. So moving on to why I said that we are changing and we have to evolve, we have to be in focus rather than thinking what's happening. We have to move ahead, we have to change our strategy, we have to change our ways of working. So this is all about, this slide is all about hospitality industry, how our sales evolved during the hospitality industry, how it behaved, and what happened. So if I say to you, hello, I am audible. So there is a question to me that whether I am audible or not. I think so. I am clearly audible. Yes. So I am audible. So continuing to it. So I am able to see your chat. In case you want anything, any question, you can share it with me. I will try to take it, or I will try to take it in a break, or you can say after slide is over. So these were our revenue stream when we started this. You can say hospitality sales. There is some issue. Yeah. So major in OYO sales used to come from app. So app is our online app. You can download it. It's a OYO app. Another major stream was B2B, which is my department. B2B means a sales coming from corporate. When people travel, when employees travel for the sales role, for the training, for the inductions, then it happens the B2B sale. Third major stream was retail. Retail in India comprises of medical tourism, spiritual tourism, and the leisure tourism. So when I say spiritual, the religious seminars happening across India. When I say medical, a huge number of people travels from non-metros to metros to get them treated in big hospitals. And then third one is a leisure travel, which normally is seasonal in December or in summer vacations, where we go to Shimla, Goa, and other tourist places. Apart from that, there was a direct calling team, and there was a walk-in. So when I say walk-in means that our customer walks into our hotel. Now, do you believe that out of these five streams in the current world, none of them was operating? Because as a rule, by 8th now, government has opened it. Hotels was not allowed to take the retail guest, or you can say any guest, and a strict government control was there. So from this, our stream So there is some issue happening. I am sharing my screen with this. Yes. So it became, so out of these stream, no single stream was left, and my new streams become HCP, quarantine, Vande Bharat, business continuity, and isolation. So I will take you through what is HCP is. HCP is that OYO is serving right now all the hospitals for their doctors, for their nurses, for their paramedical staff. Another is quarantine. So people traveling across India, major state laws is there that you have to quarantine, institutional quarantine for 14 days, 7 days. That is also being done at our hotels. OYO became one of the major partners of Government of India in Vande Bharat mission. So our kiosk was placed at airport counters, from where our offline team people who are making the bookings for the guests who are coming from abroad and has to go for a institutional quarantine. BCP is the business continuity, where employees were stuck, or you can say for the essential services which were operating. Major corporates ask their employees to stay in hotels so that their families are safeguarded. And to do all that, we had a BCP stream. And the new stream which is coming up is isolation. So what is isolation is when a person is COVID positive, so our hotels are being partnered with private hospitals and government hospitals, and the patients with mild symptoms are being isolated at hotels. So these becomes our major streams. Now, with this change in the new streams, our structures, our everything has to be aligned. So this is my team, how sales strategy, how we evolved during this tough times. So if I speak to you about what all is sales strategy, so if sales strategy is all about that, you have to start doing the GTM first. So this is a yearly activity we designed, which markets we are going to take care of, what are the areas we are going to cover, and what are the things we are going to do this year. Then another thing is structure. Then we put our structure as per that. Then we do the hiring, and then we do trainings. Then we do set up the processes, new processes. Then we do the sales enablement. When we say enablement, it is IT based enablement, that is empowering our people, automating the processes. Then we design our incentives, and then there is a review or a governance mechanism, and then there is a brand building exercise. Now let me take you how all these things changed. GTM became a weekly phenomena. So we used to gather market intelligence, we used to gather news articles, what is going to help us, how is our industry is going to behave. So we used to gather all the market intelligence. Basis on that, we used to do our GTM. So every project became so earlier we used to do these things in a year. Now these things become a regular phenomena for us for every project. And what we used to do a thing in a year, we used to do our cycles shortened. We have to do those things in a week. Then structures moved from a regular structure to a project based structure. Manpower allocation was done for every structure. It was not earlier it used to be a geography based structure. Now it became a project based structure. So this much people in Vande Bharat, this much people in quarantine, this much people in isolation, and all those projects. Hiring totally stopped. Hospitality industry became impacted. Training became a very common phenomena. There is a common quote saying that if there is a storm or in a sea, then what we do is we make our nets stronger. So what fishermen do is to make this net stronger. So training became a very important thing. We started stitching our processes, whatever processes was there. Our developer team, our IT team helped us to automate all those processes. Incentive changed from a regular incentive to more a project based incentive. Review became a very in a different mode. It became totally an online review mechanism. Earlier it used to be face to face, and brand activity marketing budgets were removed, and brand became more from you can say an experience based advertisement to more towards a hygiene and a healthy oyo sanitized, and all those kind of new concepts came. Now moving from this is the main core part of our presentation, is how to grow your career in current situation. What how, so the situation is, though there is things recovering, market is recovering, but what to do? Well, how you can grow your career in current situation? We cannot stop our growth, we should fight it. And how is the main part, how to grow our career? So before we move ahead, I would like to share with you, these are the basic requirements. So whether you are looking out for an internal growth or you are looking out for an external growth, these are some of the basic requirements which you people should follow. So before moving forward, I would like to see the chat. Is there any questions? Yeah. So there were 2-3 questions. I would like to take it first. So yeah. So one question is HCP. HCP, I think so I've already said that healthcare professionals, any test being conducted at our hotel. So we have zero touch policy. We are not allowed to do the testing. This is zero touch policy. Moving ahead to what are the prerequisites. So you people can keep on typing your question, and I will be taking it. Another question came is, okay, main was HCP. So how to grow your career is main. First of all, you should be ready with your resume and a cover letter, whether you want to grow it internally or and externally. Now, what I want to say is that your resume is your face in current situation, especially in digital world, and you cannot afford to have a resume which is more than 1 page or a 2 page. Second thing, it has to be crisp. And third thing, which I found in majority of the resume, is the grammatical errors, or you can say a formatting error. Apart from that, some people also mention uh, uh, you can say some people mention their personal details, which is not required. It is your just you're taking a space. A question from Ranjit is there that sorry, Amit is there, that is the cover letter essential? Yes. When you are sending somebody your resume, a packaging is required, and that is your cover letter. Packaging helps to attract others, and it has to be attractive. Your subject, your cover letter has to be very crisp, so that, and it should take the hiring manager forward towards opening your resume. Just please do not raise your hands, you can type it. I am seeing uh, Mega has asked a question that so what I will be doing, I will be taking the questions after every slide. Another thing which is required is, yes, you have to be present on your job portals. Third thing which is required is that you should have a LinkedIn. So I found many people is not active on LinkedIn, or doesn't believe in social media things, saying that LinkedIn and all those are wastage of time. So to them, my suggestion is that if you are doing all those things, then you people are missing the big lot. So you people are missing a big lot, and please do not do that thing. You have to be present. You and LinkedIn speaks your brand. And why I'm saying this, I will cover it in the next slide. Then apart from that, you have to grow your LinkedIn network. So you cannot be with just having a LinkedIn account and not growing it. You have to constantly work on your LinkedIn account. You have to grow your network. Apart from that, to make yourself as a visible in the media, you have to regularly engaging your network with your content. So the way to engage to your network is your content. So again, I repeat, resume, these all things are just preparing you. So before going out for a war, we have a practice and we prepare ourselves. These are the things which should be ready with you before you start going your career. Now for internal looking, suppose as a manager somebody approaches me, sir, please do consider my profile for the opening in your team. So I go out, I check their LinkedIn IDs, how is how is what all things he has done in his life, because these becomes more like a social proof rather than looking out for a resume. Then you have to invest your time in training, online courses. You can say Harvard online courses are available for free in edX. If you do not want certificate, you can have access to so many courses of Harvard, MIT. Please utilize your time in upgrading yourself. And again, I have a suggestion to you. Do not get yourself trained in the things where you believe that or which is not helping in your career. So to help you in your career, you need to be get yourself trained in the things which are which area where you want to grow. So suppose you want to grow in sales, so you have to do sales based training. If you want to grow in strategy, you have to do strategy based training. If you want to grow in HR, you have to do HR based trainings. Then one of the major thing is that overall there is a company culture, then there is a team culture, then there are certain problems that a team is trying to solve. So my humble request to you all is, before applying for an internal role or an external role, do your homework, be prepared what to do, what not to do, what are the problems, how you can add value, the challenges which these companies are facing. Just hold for a second. Let me see the chat. Yeah. So no, right now I do not have any question for me. If you people want to ask. Yeah. So one question is there, what are the most effective ways to promote hospitality sales? Uh, see, promoting and hospitality sales depend upon which stream you are. So if you are in offline team, then you have to use your network to reach out to the CFOs and CXOs and to pitch your product. So like we at OYO pitch it directly to admin, CXOs and CFOs. This question is from Samya Jyoti. And if you are in online team, like you are in app team, then definitely your TG will be like for OYO, it's the young crowd. So we have to be more active on Facebook, social media, YouTube, and we use all those things. Then another question is from Matthew. So the question is, what will be the post-COVID era of hospitality? I have been in industry for 6 years, both in UAE and India. I feel that it's my prediction it can take some time to recover for the following COVID safety protocol. How will be so? If you see the international markets like China, Europe, those are showing positive trends of recovery. Things will start moving, but the way of workings will change. This is all about this PPTs. That see, it's all about way of working. If you feel so, what I will be touching, Matthew, is that if you feel that hospitality will be take time, then you obviously have options to switch to other industries which are growing, and that I will take in my next slide. What you can do. So this is more about yourself, how you can you can grow your career. So definitely you have options to switch from one industry to other. So what are the precautions taken care by OYO? So there is an entire uh, theme is there, OYO sanitize stay. You can Google it, and zero touch SOP for OYO. So you can Google it. This is on OYO, so you can read it over there. There's an entire SOP being built. Yes, we can use definitely LinkedIn as our startup. So we can use LinkedIn for our startup to grow the sales, and it is one of the one. This question is from Shweta, that we can use it definitely. I mean, if you have such approach, then it's very good. It's a very cheap free mechanism. So moving ahead, because we are short of time. So please keep typing your question. I will take it post next slide. So utilize free resources. So this is the main theme. There are enough free resources in this era. There is Google, there is LinkedIn, there is Facebook. There is free CRM tools like Zoho. There are free mail mask like Gmask. There are free scraping tools. Please utilize those. Please have yourself trained. Anything here I want to say, you feel that this is becoming monotonous for me, this is a repeat. There are solutions available. Just Google it. And so this is how I would like to now you take how the job hunting ecosystem changed. So before 1999, it was all about classified ads. You have to, many of the people have gone through Times, Ascent, and all those things, where you have to read it, apply it, fax it, and do all those things. Then post 2000, then there was an era of portals. Now, this thing became very successful now, but it is facing with it is going through a very difficult uh, you can say phase, because there is a problem. Once a job is there on a portal, the number of applicants start flocking is very high. Thousand people apply. Neither the recruiter is able to connect with those participants, or you can say applicants. Neither is applicant able to view, and from the recruiter side, he is not able to differentiate between what is a good resume, what is a bad resume. Then there came the era of LinkedIn. Right now, you can say that the era of LinkedIn plus job portals is going on, with 60 to 70% hirings are happening, or you can say internal movements are happening through references or LinkedIn, and 30% is still through Naukri. Many of the people might be seeing that before you apply, the position is filled. So this is what the issue is right now happening, because major of the closings, whether it's outside the area or inside the area, are happening through references. Now this is what is the future. So why I was saying that you have to be present on LinkedIn, like we target our audience in online marketing. There will be some keywords which will be put, and post those keywords, the softwares, the tools will be hunting for our profiles and directly recommending to the hiring managers. So there will not be a job post coming. There will not be such things. People will be reading your job portals. People will be reading your LinkedIn IDs. They will be seeing whether how you can say fit you are for that role, and basis on that, a recommendation will be coming to your you can say uh, to the people, that this is a person, you can take it. So before moving ahead, let me see if there is any question which is there in a chat. Yes. So does OYO gives incentive to admin? No, there is no incentive as per OYO. We do not give any incentive. What are the Then there is a question from Prithvi Joshi. How may I enter into the hospitality industry, where I have done degree in hotel management? which is the best department. See, it depends totally on you. Do you want to go in operations or do you want to go in? So this question is whether I want to, I am a hotel management graduate and I want to enter into the hospitality industry. See, hotel management is all about how to manage a hotel. So you can enter to a five-star chain where you can take any role from ops to the chef. And apart from that, if you want to join a company like OYO, then it's open. You have an advantage, but it's open for all streams because our roles are more sales driven. Then how LinkedIn can be used for fresher candidate who does not have much. LinkedIn is very useful. You have to connect with people. So I will take you for that, how LinkedIn hunting can be done. Just wait for some slides. This slide. Pooja Mishra has a question that most company wants references and experience. So what we can do? So we do not have much experience. There are enough roles for the freshers. Pooja, do not worry about it. Every role is a different. You have to look out whether it's a fresher role, whether it's experience role. Main thing is you have to connect to the hiring manager, and that I will take in this slide. So main message to me is that like we are trying to remove all mediators between it. So there is a hiring manager who takes a final call and there is a recruiter. With this, my approach is you have to remove all mediators. You have to directly connect with hiring managers. And how we can do it is through LinkedIn. We can easily guess who is the hiring manager. We can engage him and then we can connect with him. Same question is from Samya Jyoti. So I will take this slide. So see, this is our basic difference. What I want to say to you is, so this is the basic difference which is coming is that right now what's happening is 80% of the people just think that applying in portal or on, when I'm saying portal, I'm saying both internal and external. So internal companies have IJP portals, or external is Naukri, Indeed, and all those portals is enough, and the system will take care of it. So they are in a myth, nothing will happen. Rest 20% try to connect with hiring managers or hunters. This is the pie which have an advantage over the people who you can say are just applying on portals. Then maximum people think that one resume will go. So my suggestion to you is, if you are convinced that this is a job for you, then you have to make a resume customized for that role. So like you are applying for a sales role, your resume should speak about the sales. If you are applying for ops role, your resume should speak about the ops. Do not invest time. People do not look for the JDs, do not understand companies. They just keep on applying. They go in an interview without understanding the company and JDs. Or when the internal role comes, they even do not see, cross-check what's that role is demanding. So neither they are able to crack what are the skills required, neither they are able to crack the piece that how they are going to add value. So both things goes at a toss, and it just becomes a wastage of their time and the person who is interviewing them. Another very important thing is there are keywords missing in the profile, or you can say keywords missing in portal. Keywords are very important. Everywhere you have to identify your keywords. When I'm saying keywords, suppose you want to go in a field of sales, you have to include keywords like corporate sales, retail sales, B2B sales, all those words in your profile. From this, you have to, so this is the new approach where people are asking me, what I should do, how to do it through LinkedIn, how to go online. So this is my approach, and I am assuring you, if you are following this approach both internally and externally, even in this tough scenario, you will land up a new growth, or you will land up a new role within a short time. So instead of getting job published in portals or IJPs, you have to identify trends. And when I'm saying trends, you do not have to read newspapers like Times of India, Hindustan Times. When I'm saying trends, you have to look out the trends from Economic Times. You have to look out the trends from your story. Who is getting funding? Who is expanding? You people will say this is a very tough scenario. I will share with you in the next slide industries which are expanding. Last month, more than 100 companies in India got you can say VC funding. one of the biggest funding came to Khata Book. So which are the companies which are growing, which are the trends coming out, who is getting the funds, who is expanding. Geo is expanding from last 1 year. Who is getting into what are the new technologies coming, what are the startups coming across new technologies. So see, यहाँ पे I will say you one thing. You have everything. You have a skill. You have everything with you. But if you are putting your seed in a land which is not fertile, nothing will happen. First of all, you have to identify the fertile land. This is a very common thing in sales. Unless and until there is a demand, how better your product is, you cannot generate a demand. So when there is a demand, you have to pitch yourself. So what you have to do is you have to identify trends which lead to growth, and these trend happens across industries in your company also. Companies keep on expanding into the new domains. People keep in their one team and think that they will grow. So it's not a way of growing. So you have to look out where my company is expanding. Amazon is going into delivery, so there will be a recruitment in the delivery. So you have to identify the trends. What are the trends? Again, I am repeating, you have to look towards which companies are getting funding, which companies are expanding into new geographies, which companies are getting boost due to government change in way of working, which companies are the you can say startups of a big corporate houses. You have to look for all those trends, and then you have to please keep on writing the questions. I will complete my slide. Just 2 slides are left. Then I will open my chat box and will reply to all your questions. So आपने एक बार once you have identified that these are the set of industries, these are the set of companies, or these are the areas in my company which are growing, you have to identify who are the decision makers. How you will identify? This is a startup era. Everything is open. So you have to, like for a Khata Book, like for an OYO, you have to just see who is heading that role, who is the VP for that role. And you have to now, before sending him a friend request, start first following him. See how active he is. Please be participative in his comments. Please like his post. You have to engage him. Bring the brand visibility of yours, that you are a person, especially for the freshers. You are the person. Then use your 300 words pitch in LinkedIn to send him. Apart from that, there are many tools like Easy Leads, Swordfish, which can directly give you access to mail IDs of those people. You can use those tools, free tools available in the market, to get their mail IDs, their mobile numbers. You can access them, but do not directly call. First, you have to warm your lead. You have to engage in 10-15 days. And now what's happening in these 10-15 days is, after getting a funding, these companies are planning for the hiring. These companies are planning for the manpower. So while they are planning for a manpower, you are trying to engage with them. And when the job post come and when it is out in a market, at that point of time, you have to customize your resume and you have to reach out to them. So once there is a demand, now you are ready with your tools, you have resume, your portals, your everything is ready. Now use those tools. So what the crisp message I am giving is, when job is published in job portals or in market, 80% of the jobs are already closed before even they get published. You have to reach out to them before even they publish it. You should take their mind share before they even think of hiring, even they think of building our team. Suppose tomorrow in OYO, I want to build my team across a new channel, healthcare, and I want to build a 4 or 5 people team. So what an ideal approach is, the minute it's out in a market that this department is building a new team, a person with a similar skill set can reach out to me, and even I can take a call that even before putting it out, I can close him. And last but not the least, when I am saying networking, if you are looking out for a growth, you should invest 60% of your time in networking. And networking, I will take it separate. What are the ways of networking? So these are some of the identified target companies which I have identified for you. I have already shared with you funding. Wherever there is a funding, definitely there will be a hiring. There are growing technologies. जहाँ पे भी there is a technology growth, artificial intelligence, machine learning, healthcare automation, there will be a growth coming. Those people will be growing, whether it's a corona era, COVID-19 era, the growth is not there, but there will be a growth coming. Companies which are expanding, many companies are expanding in India right now. We heard that a shoe brand is expanding into Agra. So there will be an expansion going on. Apart from that, there is a sentiment driven growth, there is a policy driven growth. Like policy is, there was a GST rollout, so companies enabling GST rollout was growing. And apart from that, venture of big industries like Jio was a venture, First Cry was a venture of Mahindra and Mahindra post acquisition. So you have to take care of, read all those news, identify the companies which are operating in these area, identify their hiring managers on LinkedIn, engage with them, then connect with them. And the minute there is a job in their department or a role, you pitch to them. So this is the last slide. Post that, I will take all the questions. You please keep typing it on chat box. So these are the key to networking. So what is the key to networking is engage. You have to engage your people. It's not like just I have sent you a friend request and then I will call you after 6 months. You have to engage with people, and there are different forums of engagement. Webinar is a way of engagement. Facebook is a way of engagement. LinkedIn is a way of engagement. Birthday celebration is a way of engagement. People, college alumni meet is a way of engagement. So these are the ways where you can engage. This is traditional, but I will tell you this works a lot. You have to call people. You have to chat with them. You have to wish them birthdays. You have to wish on their anniversaries. Nothing is better than calling a person. Please start dialing. Try to call at least 5 to 6 people without any purpose every day, and you will be surprised that at the end of the month, you will have a very good network of 100 people. Try a habit of regularly touching with people. Try to call new people every time. LinkedIn is another way of engagement through content, through comments. Webinars is another way of engagement. College alumni meets is another way where you can engage people. And there are paid networking forums which you can use it. So this is from my side, and I am opening the chat box. We can start the chat now. Yes. So I will start taking the question. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. I'm reading the chats. Yes. So we have a question from. So I'm. Yes. What is JD? So JD is job description. So where this question is from Pradibha Kannan. Pradibha, thanks for asking. Sometimes we start using lingos which new people doesn't know, or people are not aware of. JD is your job description. So JDV says job description. Then there is a question from Prithvi Joshi. If I write a resume, that time which type of keywords are of use? See, your resume has to be very focused. Suppose you want to go into the sales, then only you should be discussing about sales. Nobody is interested if you have done anything apart from sales. That's why I said that you have to bring out customized resume. Then there is a question from Neelam asking how OYO considers a candidate applied for post. See, we do not differentiate. See, it's on your skill set and how you perform, and in an interview, there is nothing a differentiation between degrees and all those things. These are just a platform. I again want to say you that college just give you a platform, whether it's a campus, post 2 years, 3 years down the line, it's your skill set, it's your capability which matters, and these things are just a launch pad. A better word is a college is a launch pad. It can give you a good launch, but you have to fly your own. So it's your wings. They just shoot you with a launch pad. They can shoot you high if you are from a premium college, but then it's all your wings and what trajectory you take, how fast you fly in the corporate world. College roles goes out post a certain point of time. That another question from Pooja Mishra is, sir, I have one question that. See how we can attract, how we can be away from competition, how there is a lot of competition, how we can attract our customers. Very good question. In offline sales, it's your relationship which is majorly used. Apart from that, you have to pitch your product. You should know. So let me share you what is a salesperson is all about. So first of all, salesperson is 30% KPI is attitude. He should have a sales attitude. Second, 30% KPI is his communication skill. And third KPI of a salesperson is the knowledge of product, your product and competitors' product. You should know how my product is, what are the USPs of my product, how my product is better than competitor, and what question I have to answer, what answer I have to give if somebody compares my product. If you know all those things and you are prepared and you have a relationship, you will be able to close your sales. Offline sales is not about pricing. See, do not be afraid that my product is cheaper, costlier. Pricing doesn't matter. Another question from Deepak is, how can we increase the focus of crowd towards brand? See, branding is altogether a different topic. I am not the expert of brand. You have to read out, or you have to reach out to you can say brand specific brand experts, how to build a brand. A very good question from Kinjal Gandhi. Can I change my career after 10 years of experience? So I will share you from my personal experience. I joined myself as a BPCL. So I was a government employee. I joined post NIT Allahabad. I joined Bharat Petroleum Corporation Limited, and I was a core operations guy for 3 years. And after 3 years, I realized that I am not an ops guy. I have to switch my career. It comes with a cost. You have to little bit go backward, but if you have a capability and you have all the skill set, then it's just a matter of a time. Within 1 year and 2 years, you are back. So it's my suggestion is always keep experimenting. You do not have to be stuck in one thing, and you change your career is a two-way. Changing your industry is not a change of your career. So I've done offline sales for consumer durable. I have done offline sales for hospitality. I am doing offline sales for right now OYO. So this is not a change in career. This is a change in industry. Change in career is when I move from offline sales to operations, or I move from offline sales to a supply. But that also broadens your perspective. You can always try, but the force behind changing your career is not money. It's because you feel that you're not right fit and you can be a better person anywhere else. Can you show some demo of resume? I mean a screenshot, 100% if time permits. Pooja, I will take you through my LinkedIn ID, and I can do one thing is I can share my LinkedIn ID in the chat also, and you people can connect with me on LinkedIn. I will share you my personal mail ID. You can use that to connect with if you are third connection of mine. Give me a second. Just give me a second. I will try to do it so that for the betterment of the people. Yes. So this is my LinkedIn ID. You can connect with me for these questions, like further questions, and this is my mail ID. If you are not able to connect, you can use this mail ID also. So there you can ask me these kind of questions. You can share me your resume. I will review it. I will give you a feedback. So we can always be connected. Hope you people are able to see it. I will again share it because I was not able to see it. So this is the mail ID. This is the LinkedIn ID. Coming back to question, yes. So Pooja, you can connect me over here. I will share you some of the best examples, and over there we can connect it. And then there is a question from Prabida. You are in a good position. Very good question. Let me summarize it. Key MNC versus a startup. See, these are the two different games altogether. MNC is more as you can say stable role, process oriented person. Startup is all towards you can say a hustle, designing new things. So please keep these things in mind. Have some chat with some of your friends in the startups if you're trying to move from MNC. And my suggestion is, before taking that call, just have a feedback from him. So it's altogether a different way of operations. So and it's your call. Matlab, anybody can move it. What's better? It's not better. It depends totally on you. If you feel free, definitely in a startup company, your growth trajectory will be much faster than a established company. Megha, yes, there is many websites, but nothing can write better than you, Megha. It's you who have to. I say that. You know better than nobody can write. So you can take the coach or you can take the guidance of your seniors or your peers, but nothing can write better than you. They just provide you templates and just fancy words. Please do not use them. It's a tedious process. I would suggest you to write your resume your own, because you have to defend that in front of a very experienced guy, and I suggest that resume should be written by that person only. Moving to question and answer. What do you do if you feel you are stuck in a career? If you feel you are getting bored and you are stuck in your career, my suggestion to you is just jump the boat. There is nothing worse than stucking in something and not happy about it. Then what is the formula of your success? You can definitely connect with me on LinkedIn. We can chat over there, Dimple. Then earlier you Kinjal, I have already taken your question. Then Venkatesh, can we see opportunities in supply chain management? Yes, definitely. If Venkatesh, supply chain management is the area which will be growing most post this, you can say, scenario, and be ready with all the things. Start reaching out to experts, start reaching out to people which will be your next hiring managers, and I believe that nothing can stop you from growing. Supply chain post this scenario will be the one of the most thing which will be the growing. So friends, this is from my side. Hope you people enjoyed. Again, I am sharing. If you want to connect with me post this, please use these mail ID and you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I will be happy to guide you further. Now, thanks, Pradeepa, for your motivational feedback. These things keep us motivated. during this webinar session, it's very difficult to gauge the engagement of people, and we are just seeing our face while speaking. We are not able to see you, and that becomes very, very difficult for us to keep you people engaged. But definitely, you people were great, and please be connected, and thanks a lot. Thanks, Deepak. Thanks, Megha. Thanks, Swati. Thanks, Ritu.